Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Chalky Hazard podcast, week 67. We've got off to a great start already, being muted, and I'm here with my usual co-hosts as normal. Nos over there with also Mavis. See, I remembered this time.
I remembered this time.
Daddy T down there, and Josh over there.
Hello.
And we also got MB Hammer. I shouldn't forget about that, should I?
Please don't forget about him again.
Going to a rage. A Scottish rage.
So we've got a lot to talk about because it's been 2 months since the last podcast episode. There's so much to get through. So I mean, let's just go straight into it. I guess the GTA Trilogy Definitive Editions. It feels like there's a lot of thoughts around this, especially from Josh. Wouldn't you know? Josh has a lot of thoughts about the Definitive Edition. What are your thoughts, Josh?
You should go last.
No. We're doing everyone else's thoughts first.
Oh, okay.
Even mine? I go first too.
You go first. All right.
Should we before we go into it?
Keep talking. You gotta keep going.
Before we go into it, right? Should we actually, introduce? Because Nos, you've kind of just brought someone new to the podcast. Are you going to do some sort of introduction?
We probably should do something like that. But I think we should do what you want to do. So let's talk.
First, I'm going to say, based off of my general knowledge, I'm going to say that the remastered of the game is going to be the same game with a few more pixels. Okay. And I've never even played the games. And second, hi, I'm Mavis. I am Ben's girlfriend. He's not gay. For now.
Oh my God.
For now.
For now. We'll see how this ends.
Yeah, we'll see how it all plays out.
And that's the end of my segment.
Is that it?
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Okay.
I have no more opinions to share.
Okay.
As of now.
Not counting that as proof. They'll never believe that I'm not gay. No one will ever believe I'm not gay.
Bi at best. Fine, man.
Yeah, that's the best I can hope for.
Right. So I guess I'll go for my thoughts. I mean, it looks all right. I think that some of the like backgrounds and the way that they've updated some of the textures and stuff, it looks nice. I think the character models don't look good, or at least I don't like them. But apart from that, it looks pretty nice. But it's also exactly what I said it was going to be, which is just the regular games with a new coat of paint. It's not any different mechanics or physics or rebuilt from the ground up or anything like that. And I guess I was never expecting it to be. But I guess I'm slightly surprised to the level of change that they made with the textures and stuff. They kind of they improved it more than I thought they would. I guess that shows more where my expectations were, like in the ground. But it's not anymore. It's nothing special. I don't think. It's just looks prettier, but I don't like the character models. That's the one thing that I don't like. They don't look good to me.
I'm not gonna lie. I think they made Claude look different than he should have. I think he looked better in GTA 5 when you can pick him as a parent. Like, why don't they just use that model? Maybe they did. I don't know. I'm not paying much attention. I'm a little hungover too. So, but I kind of like the cartoony look to it because it's not the HD. It's like the first jump into 3D, so it's kind of got that feel of like the Spyro and the Crash remasters in a way. But I think it looks fun. I think they said they're going to update driving and shooting and stuff and add a wheel for the radio. That's fun. Those are fun things.
I mean, the
2 thumbs up.
The wheel. I mean, it's going to be a lot more accessible. I think like people going back to the old games and getting used to the controls again was difficult, but I mean doable after like half an hour of playing it, I reckon. But it's just kind of like, I don't know. The models just like Tommy Vercetti doesn't look like Tommy Vercetti to me. It just looks so strange.
He's a bit chunky.
Yeah,
it's looking big.
Like if it wasn't for that, I think I'd be like 100%. Yeah, great. This is kind of what I thought it would be, and it looks nice, and that's kind of it. But I wasn't really expecting anything more from it. It's just the models that kept me. But hey, Nos, what are your thoughts before Josh goes on his rant? Because you haven't given us any thoughts.
Well, I think that the game really isn't for people that are like me or Josh, in that we've like played the game recently and like it. Well, I mean, he doesn't like San Andreas, but you know what I mean. Like we value the game in its current state. You know, this game is really for people who haven't played it since about 2007, or for people who are brand new to it. And I think from what it looks like they've done like it looks good for that purpose. Like it's not what people like me or Josh would ever want, but like for its intended purpose of being good enough and selling a lot of copies, I think they've done a good job with how it looks for the most part. I highly doubt that there are going to be any. I'm on Josh's side here too. Like I doubt there are going to be any gameplay changes at all. Really, I'll be really surprised if they're not, or if there are. And there's a whole laundry list of issues that are probably going to happen that Josh will probably tell you all about here in a second. But like I mean, I don't mind the way it looks. I really don't. Like I don't actually mind the way it looks. Because like I said, I think it just fits the purpose of like it looks like how people who played it as a kid like remember it, if that makes any sense. That's kind of the idea of the aesthetic. Like it's not meant to be better, it's meant to be look kind of like how you remember it, even though how you remember it isn't accurate, if that makes any sense. So yeah, I don't know. I'll play it. I'll play it. There's no reason why I wouldn't play it, but you know, I think it'll be acceptable, but not more than that, probably.
I'm excited to get it on Switch. I think like playing GTA anywhere seems like a fun deal.
I hope it
haven't you
performs
gotten the
well on
mobile
Switch,
version
to be
already?
honest.
The mobile version is so great,
Mobile
isn't it, Josh?
I bought the mobile version to play on of GTA 3, I think, to play on my iPad back in the day when it first came out. Yeah,
iPad.
yeah,
Hell yeah.
it was an experience with all the touch controls and all that. It wasn't pleasant, but that was all I got to had to suffer through that. But yeah, playing it on the Switch, like I hope it performs well. I hope it actually does all right on the Switch, because I would consider getting it specifically for the Switch to just play through. But
Yeah, maybe I'll wait.
I just wish that they would have done this with Liberty City Stories and Vice City Stories. I don't know why those two games are always forgotten.
they are, yeah. I mean, I think I
It's-
played through each of them like once, so I can't remember much about them. But I remember them being fun, and they're part of the trilogy. Well, they're part of the trilogy era. Like it feels like they should all just
Well, the stories intertwine.
yeah.
So
They're,
like,
they're
and,
both
I mean,
prequels, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And Josh can probably agree with me too. Vice City Stories is a good video game.
It's the best 3D era game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think I
has
only
the
ever I
best
played it
elements
on the
of every
PSP,
game.
so I didn't get the best experience. I don't think.
Yeah, but it was the last one, right, Josh?
Yeah.
It was that was the last 3D era GTA.
Yeah, it was like they made Vice City, but with more time and budget and knowledge of how the engine and stuff works.
I need,
Yeah,
might
it's
need to
a
revisit
fantastic
that.
game.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, you should play it in an emulator, but
Go on then, Josh.
all right, you're all wrong. It's awful. Okay, no, I get it. Like Nos said, it's gonna sell like hotcakes, and it's the minimum viable product that they would need to sell hotcakes or whatever. But where do I start? So like,
Cakes are just pancakes.
so everyone is talking about like it just happened. Like RDT, you said they updated the driving.
I think. I don't know. No one's played it. They
No.
might have.
Yeah, there's so many. I've heard people say, "Oh, the ragdoll physics are going to be cool," and all the other
They're not
stuff.
adding that stuff.
Or like, I can't remember all the things, but it's like there's nothing. Like I'm looking at the feature list. It's like other than like the graphics one and the platform specific details. The feature list is GTA 5 style controller layout, which means they took the X button and rebound it to right trigger.
Yeah.
Right? Well, that's it. The
More accessible.
improved gunplay and targeting controls, I don't know what that means. Like gunplay and targeting controls. I think it just means they made the auto aim controls better, right?
Hopefully, because they're like, I don't know. I'm of the opinion that like GTA 3. If I had to play GTA 3 or Vice City or even San Andreas with a controller, I would not play it. Like it's so outdated. With a mouse and keyboard, it's fine. Like it's acceptable. But like it's just so clunky.
I mean, I went back to
So-
Vice City on the PS4. I was playing it through for the 24-hour stream a few years ago, and it was initially difficult to get back used to it because, yeah, it is a bit clunky, and especially the driving with X and square to accelerate and brake and things like that. But after playing it for like half an hour to an hour, I was kind of back into it again. Like, I feel like the controller things they're overblown a little bit. They're a little bit clunky to get used to again, but then you do, and you just play it as you used to. You know, it was fine back then. You can get used to it. It's going to be nicer to have better controller schemes and better aiming and whatnot for the new versions, but I don't feel like it's a massive change or massively well, it's a bit overblown. The problem,
and this is feature 2 on the top features list. Right? And then it says, comma, with upgraded drive-by controls in GTA San Andreas. There's a cheat code in San Andreas that lets you know how GTA 4 and 5 work, where you can shoot while you're driving?
Mm-hmm.
There's a cheat code in San Andreas that lets you do that. So instead of just only being able to shoot when you're the passenger, you can shoot when you're driving.
I
It's
didn't
just
know that. I've forgotten that was a thing, that you couldn't do that.
No, you can't, but there's a cheat code in SA that lets you do it. Well, that's that. That's what they're describing. Upgraded drive-by controls. It's just the cheat code is active all the time, isn't it? That's what that means.
That's probably
right?
what it is, yeah.
That's what that means. Like, why else is it only San Andreas? Because that cheat code isn't in Free and Vice City.
Can you
It's
even
only
do...
in San
You
Andreas?
can't do drive-bys at all, right, in 3 and Vice City?
You can only go
Vice
left and
City,
right,
yeah.
right?
You can look left. If you
You
look left with the button, you can shoot left and
Oh,
same
right,
with
okay.
right. But yeah, there is no, like... Unless you're the passenger and it's like an auto-scroller or something, you can't aim while in a car.
Oh, right, yeah.
But yeah, in San Andreas it's the same. You can look left and right. But yeah, the cheat code lets you aim, free aim whenever. So they were obviously experimenting with it then, which is why it's in like the later games. But yeah, it says improved gunplay and targeting controls, comma, with upgraded drive-by controls in San Andreas. So it is just the cheat code in
It's
SA.
only in San Andreas, yeah.
Yeah,
Why would they not
it's
put
just-
it in all 3 of them?
Exactly. So it's just that. That's feature 3 on the list. And then upgraded weapon and radio station selection wheels. Like, okay, they took the wheel menu idea from 5 and all the other popular games that use it. And okay, this one's my favorite. Updated minimaps with enhanced navigation, allowing players to set waypoints to destinations.
I don't
Well,
need no map to
but-
all 3 of those maps.
But when I
Like,
read that to you, what do you think that means?
I think it means that there's going to be like a GPS navigation thing, like
Yeah, that's
in
what
the
I
other
thought.
games.
Oh no, that sounds.
That's not what that means. It just means you can put waypoints on the map, like in San Andreas.
That can't be what that means. It's
No,
got to
because
mean
because in Free there is no map. There's no map in Free. I know, I played it an hour ago. And in Vice City, there's like a map, but you can't interact with it at all. And then in GTA 3, there's a map, and you can put a waypoint on. I
In
think
San
this
Andreas.
in San Andreas. I think this just means that all of the games have a retextured minimap, and you can access a maxi map and put waypoints.
And the waypoint, when you put a waypoint in San Andreas, does it show you on the minimap like where the waypoint is, like sort of
Yeah.
which direction, but it doesn't give you a GPS or anything?
No, it's just it's just a red circle on the minimap, like any
Right.
other marker. There's no,
Yeah, I
there's no
actually
GPS.
thought it would be like GPS, but yeah, that doesn't sound like it would be actually.
It's
It's it's not gonna. They're not gonna do it. That's the thing. It's not gonna be that good of an improvement, really.
No, and for them to do that, like from a technical standpoint, the only way I can imagine they would do that is if they used the pre-existing AI pathing like logic. Because like the way the actual like GPS would work is that it has to know where it is legal to drive and stuff.
Mm.
And the only way they could do that having like an arrow on the screen that points dead, like as the crow flies to the marker is simple enough. But having like an actual like GPS, like turn left now sort of thing,
Yeah,
that they would have to
too
use
much.
that's
Yeah.
so much. They can't do that. There's no way.
We have the technology. I think they can do it.
They could, but I'll get into why they haven't later. But anyway, but that's feature 4, and it's misleadingly worded. I think, if it's true, maybe they surprise me. I would love to be wrong. That's the thing with all of this, is I'd love to be wrong, but I don't know if I am.
Josh is not wrong.
It's almost like they're taking like things from that they developed for they developed for GTA Vice City, and then they developed it further for San Andreas, and then just taking some of them and putting them back into the old games, rather than developing anything particularly new.
Then there's the ability to immediately restart a failed mission. Like, yeah, that's a good feature, right? And then plus new Rockstar Games Social Club accomplishments for members. So they added achievements. That's on the feature list. Right? So that's fine. So the thing with the controller layout, the improved targeting controls, the selection wheels, and the failed mission restart, all those features, those are already in the mobile version. The mobile version has all those features already. The only thing that's actually new here is the drive-by cheat in San Andreas and the mini-maps with waypoints. That's it. Everything else is in the mobile versions of the game.
$60.
And the reason I'm confident it's the same as the mobile version is because the developers of this are the same developers who made the mobile version. All the way leading up to this, I don't know if I've talked about it on the podcast before, but Rockstar bought an old developer and called it Rockstar Dundee. And that developer had made like Crackdown games. They had worked on the Master Chief Collection. And then they got bought by Rockstar like a few years ago. So I thought it was them that was working on this. Who else better to remake / master a GTA game than people who made GTA style games, right? They'd have all the people you need to do it, like to just remake the games. So I thought it was, Ruffian Games or whatever they were called. So I thought it was Rockstar Dundee making it. But on the page, on the newswire thing on the Rockstar Games website, we scroll all the way to the bottom. It says, originally developed by Rockstar Games, Grand Theft Auto, the Trilogy, the Definitive Edition, has been adapted to modern platforms by Grove Street Games using Unreal Engine to make these classics, blah, 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 whatever. It's not Rockstar Dundee, it's Grove Street Games, who are War Drum Studios with a different name.
Which is the same people who made the mobile ports.
Yeah.
That were terrible.
Yeah. But it's like I talked about this on Twitter, and some people were defending the devs and stuff, but it's like, I don't have a problem with the studio. They're like a small, not indie, but like a small studio who mostly work on ports. They ported Ark Survival Evolved to mobile, a bunch of other games I haven't heard of. They just port them to like mobile and stuff.
That game run on mobile, just like
I don't know,
probably not well.
But they ported, but yeah, they did all the GTA ports and the Bully port and all that. But they're like a porting studio, and now they've been put in charge of like a remaster. It doesn't like, you don't have like modelers and all that stuff. I can't like.
I mean, I saw something on Twitter that it's like on their website. It just said that they were developing the iOS and Android versions.
It's been updated.
Oh, it has. Okay.
They copy pasted it from the previous Rockstar games they'd worked on.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, they've updated it now. People were telling me that as well.
Oh, okay.
But it's like, I don't know why Rockstar on their website would lie about it.
Do you think that this is like these definitive editions are then taking the mobile ports as their base and then developing on top of them with the extras and then new textures and stuff like that?
I don't know, because I don't know.
Because weren't there loads of problems with the mobile ports that are notoriously bad, and the new versions are terrible, and if all those problems are still in this version, surely that's not a good thing.
I don't know if it's going to be broken like that, because hopefully they would have fixed stuff like that by now. But I don't know if they would have just started again, because I don't know if the mobile versions were made with Unreal Engine. That seems weird for like mobile games. I don't know what it was made in, but it's like the old games were made in a thing called like renderware, which is like an old like 3D rendering engine thing. I say engine, it's more like just the graphics side of stuff, and the actual engine is just the GTA 3 engine, right?
Right.
And they were made in that.
When these were first rumored, I think they were rumored to be done in Unreal, weren't they?
These are in Unreal Engine, yeah.
Yeah.
But
The whole games are, or just a launcher?
The whole games are in Unreal Engine. But the thing is, it's not like they haven't remade the games. They've taken all of the code and logic and all of the stuff that isn't renderware, so all the stuff that doesn't handle the 3D rendering, they've taken all of that out, putting it into Unreal, and they're using Unreal Engine to render things, and that's it.
So it's not really that they're made in Unreal. It's that they've taken the guts out of it, put it in Unreal, and Unreal is just putting the shiny layer on the top and rendering the graphics. It's
just a wrapper around it. They've
Right.
taken the old game and put it in Unreal to get it to render the stuff.
Yeah, okay.
So sort of like how emulators work. It just like the game says like, hey, I need renderware to do this, and they just interpret it into Unreal Engine
Yeah.
to then do it, and then the extra stuff they have on top of it. It's like a good way to do stuff like this, but they're saying, oh, it's Unreal Engine, remade in Unreal Engine and stuff like that. It's just like people are getting misled. That's not what that means.
It didn't say like the one thing that got me in the trailer. There was no gameplay or anything. It's just like
there is gameplay. There is one section in Vice City where it's shot from a weird angle, but it's like a replay of gameplay where Tommy drives a bike and he swerves like around some police cars or traffic or something on the road. And the physics of how the bike works is exactly the same as how Vice City works right now. He leans and then he like clips to the left and like instantly leans over, and you can tell it's the same physics as regular Vice City. That's the only bit of gameplay that I can see from the trailer. That's like not.
Oh yeah, I
like
see.
A cutscene
Yeah,
or
it
something.
was like 1 second where. You're right. It's exactly the same.
It looks exactly like Vice City. Everything else is just like cutscenes or they're driving in a straight line.
Yeah,
so you can't tell anything. But that one section, they're actually turning. I'm trying to see it myself now. Yeah, it's like a bit where he runs away from an explosion, but he's walking in a straight line. But yeah, that bit, it's like, first of all, the PCJ looks flipping terrible. Because the back of it is just like flat. It's really weird.
Yeah, notice that. Oh,
but
Jesus Christ.
But the way the turning handles, it looks exactly just like Vice City gameplay. So it's exactly the same. But yes, they don't have any gameplay in the trailers because I guess I don't know if they're intentionally hiding it. Like game devs always do this, right? They have like cinematic trailers and then gameplay trailers, right? But
I mean,
yeah,
I'm
me,
not
it's just the
necessarily
same thing.
against the fact that it's like the same, because if it had been completely built from the ground up again, I don't know whether I would have liked that as much, because then it's not the same game anymore.
So it's weird, right? Because from my perspective, I want a new version of San Andreas that's different.
Same.
But it's like
because if I want to play San Andreas, I'll just go play San Andreas.
Yeah, exactly.
I want something.
But
I
then,
want
how
something
much
new.
do you change with that? Then, like, what would you just have
All of
everything, all of it?
like
Different physics, different driving physics, driving physics completely different, running, all that kind of stuff. Would it just feel completely different in your mind?
sure.
Yes, and that's the point.
Yeah.
Okay.
If they took San Andreas and put it inside GTA 5.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Sure.
Fair enough. I mean, yeah. Okay.
But like, and it's like annoying because whenever I say this, everyone's like, "Oh, well, they obviously weren't going to remaster it. Josh, just too much work." And then I say, highest grossing media product ever made by man is GTA 5. They have the resources to do this. And it's like, it's not just like we have a new version, like another version of the game, like woo, just ignore it or whatever. The problem is, leading up to this, they've shut down the reverse engineered GTA 3, Vice City, SA, Liberty City Stories, LVC Stories. They shut down the reverse engineered open source project. They shut down a ton of like graphical mods and stuff. And I think I said on here, it's like they would do this before they release a new version, right? Have I said it on the podcast before?
I think
so.
Yeah.
because Nintendo has done this loads. But they shut down like tons of graphical mods and stuff. And I thought it was just lawyers lawyering. But now I think it's that they don't want people to mod their games and make it look the same, if not better, than the remaster, right? Because all you would need it just looks like a graphics mod to the original games, which you can already do. But again, this is like the PC player perspective where I can do that, whereas console players can't even play the games on like modern systems, right?
Yeah.
Switch or anything.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
but it's just like it's insane. And then they took, I think it happened between podcasts, but they took the original versions off of all the digital stores.
Yeah, they did that just a few days before they announced this, right? Like it's just it was all gone.
They announced it, and then the next day it was gone. All of it gone. It's insane. So it's just like they don't want people, because the way that like all the mods and all the reverse engineered stuff worked is like they can't distribute the game because that would be illegal. So you have to have the original game installed, and then you have to like use the reverse engineered mod to like take all the assets and stuff from that game but with all the new code that they've written, right?
Yeah.
And then use that to make the game. They're just trying to stifle that and just stop it any way they can by just removing the original versions from all the stores. So it's like they don't want people modding the originals to make it better. They don't want people buying a cheaper version of the same product. Right? Why else would they remove it? I can still buy the original Crash Bandicoot on the PlayStation Store, and Spyro, and Mass Effect, and Mafia, made by Take-Two. The Mafia remasters were fine. They didn't do any of this. It wasn't necessary. It's just GTA is doing it. And it's just because I think the only difference is that GTA has a bigger modding scene. I think that's the only... I mean, Mass Effect has a huge modding scene. But Mass Effect, they got modders to help them with the remasters. It was like the opposite. Like they paid them instead of suing them, right? Yeah, so... I don't know.
I'm still glad I've got my hard copies of the games, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine until the physical media stops working as a bit rot, right? But yeah, it's insane. I don't know. It's like we lost so much to get these, from my perspective, that it just wasn't worth it. The only other thing I really want to point out, and we can talk about, like you said, you all liked the look of it, except the 3D models. Don't look too close at like CJ or any of the other black characters. I don't know why, and I'm not trying to say it's like racism or anything, but all of the models in San Andreas look atrocious, and they were in the mobile versions as well.
I'm gonna go look really closely at all of those models because you said that.
In what way?
They look really odd and weird. Like I don't know. Like even if you go on like the Newswire post and scroll down, they have like one of the first screenshots they have is of Tommy, Claude, and CJ. CJ looks really strange from this angle. And then if you actually watch the trailer, where's the... I'm trying to remember the part. Like, okay, Ryder isn't too bad. I can't tell Big Smoke from this angle, but like Sweet looks really strange. His like face and their hands are really weird.
Is it in?
I don't know. Maybe it's just because I know San Andreas more than the other games. It might be that, but they just look.
They do look strange. You're
really
completely
off.
correct.
It's the same in the mobile versions. In San Andreas, the models were really weird. Like CJ's sister or whatever, I can't remember her name.
Kendall?
Kendall, her head and the rest of her body are two different shades. It's like stuff like that. Yeah, it's really weird. I don't know, but there's that. But like, yeah, other than that, like graphically, I hate the like mix of cartoon, but then also super realism with all the reflections and rain and stuff. It looks really strange.
I agree with that.
That's what gets me with it. I think, like, especially I don't know, just there was something off about. It all looked really good when I was seeing all the like you said, the reflections and the lights and the buildings, and then I saw the characters, and it just didn't fit. Like it just something about it didn't work for me with these being together. Maybe it was that.
I also the PEDs. I don't think they've reworked the PED models. All of the character cuts, like character models and stuff, they've remade them. But there's so many PEDs. I don't think they've reworked the PEDs. They specifically try to avoid showing any of the PEDs. Like maybe the police in GTA 3 they show, like close up, and you can tell that's a new model. So that makes sense to do the police right, but they don't show like just PEDs walking around. There's a few screenshots, and if I like zoom super in, it's the same model. Maybe the textures are different, but I don't know. It's just like this is the same problem with mods. Like there are so many mods that are like 8K texture mods that just remake Grove Street, and then they run out of patience, time, money, or whatever, and then the rest of the game's left normal. So the juxtaposition between everything looks terrible. It's the same here. I think some stuff is going to be reworked, and a lot of other stuff isn't, and it's gonna the like putting the two things together is going to look really weird.
Be a bit of a mess.
And then and all of the realism stuff is also really strange because they're only showing like the major parts. Like for GTA 3 seems to be okay because they show they show one island in GTA 3, I think. No, they show two islands in GTA 3, so that's fine. But Vice City, they show the one part around Ocean View Hotel. And then in GTA SA, oh no, okay, they show a bit of San Fierro downtown, but it is mostly like Los Santos around Grove Street. I don't know, I might be trying to look for flaws there, but there's just the areas they're showing are a bit odd.
The reflections are the reflections I think are what makes it look most like a mod, I think.
Yeah.
Like if they wouldn't have made the reflections so good, like I think it wouldn't look as bad to me. Like if the reflections were just like average in a way, like if they were worse actually, I think the game would probably look better.
But it's just the same. It's just the same thing with like mods. It's like easy to turn the reflection slider all the way to the right, and make it look shiny, but it doesn't suit it. Yeah. And it's like I don't know how many. Like maybe it's just because I've seen loads of mods, but there's so many graphics mods that make it so the ground is like liquid when it's raining because then it looks shiny. And there's a screenshot of exactly that in this. Yeah. It just looks like a bad graphics mod. But yeah, so I don't like what's the word that means not factually? Opinion? No, I can't remember the word.
Subjectively?
Subjectively, that's it. Subjectively, I don't like the art style. Word? But I could see why people would like it. Like the cartoony thing, I don't know. To me, the games, they weren't trying to be cartoony. They were trying to be realistic when they came out.
Yeah, I think that's what gets me a bit. Like they weren't trying to go for a cartoony aesthetic, and now that's what they've got for these new versions. It just doesn't fit with my mind with what those games are meant to be.
It's because all of the animations haven't been reworked. All the same animations and everything, so they couldn't. Like it's all the base like game logic and stuff. They couldn't make it look realistic. They had to like.
I hate my mother.
The animations, the way it works with CJ's model and the models and stuff, you can't make it too complex because then it just won't. It's hard to explain, but like the way the animations work won't work with really complicated models. So they made them as complicated as they could without breaking the animations.
I'm trying to find a tweet. I can't find it. I saw it during the day when it was all announced that like the saturation is like really turned up on these, and there was a tweet of someone who took the screenshot of I'll show it on the screen. So when you compare it, the before and after, and it's just the after is so saturated, like everything's yellow, and someone took that screenshot that I'm showing on the screen now. Say again?
Can you link it so I can see what you're looking at?
It's a video he's watching.
Yeah, I'm just 40 seconds in the trailer.
Oh,
I haven't been able to find the tweet about it.
Let me open you.
But someone took this screenshot and like desaturated it, and it looked so much better. Like it more true to the actual tones of how the game should be. It's just little like I don't know. It just feels off. I don't know.
Yeah. But it's because turned the shaders up to 11. You know, because it's what like adding shaders, adding new models, new textures, all that stuff is easy to do, which is why mods have already done it, right? Because that's the easy stuff rather than the actual fundamental changing how the game works and the animations and all that sort of like technical stuff.
Yeah.
So that's why they have to do everything to make it look different. So yeah, it's not surprising the saturation is so high.
Do you think that the games being in Unreal Engine, at least to some degree, will open the possibility for like more accessible modding?
No, it'll do the opposite. Unreal Engine's really hard to mod for the modern ones. Modern Unreal Engine is, yeah.
Huh.
Now that I didn't know.
I would hope that modders don't touch the game. After what Rockstar have done to the modding community, like Silent patch, which is like the patch you install if you want to play the games casually again, because it just fixes tons of issues. I talked to him on Twitter, but he said to me like he's not going to touch them because he doesn't want to. It's like why do free work for a company that's just going to then sue you for doing it, right?
Yeah. Why would you make a mod that fixes any of the issues for free
like
when they're going to sue you for the trouble?
Him at all?
No, because he didn't make graphics mods.
Oh, okay.
So they didn't care. But yeah, it's like it's harder to mod, and Rockstar really doesn't want you doing it, so just don't. But what were the final things? Oh yeah, the final thing. There's a few interesting things on the platform-specific features like section with these free boxes. It says 4K resolution support, yeah, whatever, with up to 60 FPS performance for PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X systems. So first of all, the up to 60 FPS is funny. They couldn't just say 60. But second of all, you can't play the original games in 60 FPS because the physics breaks. In GTA 3, it's really bad. If you have the frame rate too high, there's like, it's hard to explain programming wise, but it's like, say like fall damage, right? When you fall off a thing, the way it calculates the fall damage is how long you've been falling for, right? And you'd think you'd count in how many seconds you've been falling for, but games that are programmed not super great use how many frames you've been falling for, right? So if you turn the frame rate up, the rate of which those frames are happening are faster. So if you play 30 intended and fall down something, you'll take like 10 damage. Turn it to 60, you'd take 20 damage. To the point where if you play GTA 3 at like 1,000 FPS, if you walk off a curb, you die. That's not a joke. That actually happened.
So yeah, but that's been prevalent in all of Rockstar's like GTAs. Like even GTA 5, we know the quicker, the higher your frame rate, the quicker your car's gonna go.
Yeah,
it's always been broken with frame rate issues.
Yeah, they still have frame rate dependence. It's crazy. But so the original games, especially in speedrunning, we say you play with the frame limiter on and that's it. So you play 30 FPS for free in Vice City, and then the weird messed up 25 FPS, but not really for San Andreas. But
so do you think they'll fix that?
Well, that's the thing. Like, none of these other things to me sound like much of a code difference. Like the auto aim, if it is actually auto aim change and not just controls, and the like mini map is just like UI stuff. Like, I don't see much code base here. Like stuff to mission scripts with the restart missions that they had in the mobile version, and things like, you know, events and stuff, like when you get achievements. But fixing the FPS, that there's like a big modding project to try to fix the FPS in free VC and SA, and they haven't been able to do it with like years of work.
Yeah,
I don't know if they have. So I think it's like you can play free VC and SA at 60 FPS, but there are lots of really weird issues. Like in San Andreas, the swim speed is determined by frame rate, so you swim slower the more frame rate you have.
Yeah, that's the only, because I played San Andreas at 60, and that's like the most significant issue I ran into, personally, in a casual setting. Like, I would always have any of the swimming missions or whatever, I just have to go and, you know, hit a button and put my frame rate at 30.
But what if you're playing on console and you don't have that button?
Oh, well, yeah, I mean,
that's what I mean. It's just like, I'm really confused by this. So it's like, have they fixed the frame rate issues? Or are they just, sod it? Like, will they just change the missions to make it work at the half swimming speed?
Oh, no, 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 no. I'll know what they'll do. I just got it. This is how I'd fix the problem. Anytime that the game detects that you're in water in San Andreas, it turns VSync on to 30, and then as soon as you leave the water, it goes back to 60.
That's why it says up to 60
Yeah.
FPS.
Yeah, see?
Oh
It'll
my
change the
God.
frame rate and lock it to 30 at times where you
Yeah.
need it to be that to be able to get through the broken game.
God, man. I don't know. I
I'm
flipping
right.
hope not.
I guarantee you, I'm right.
Oh my
What
God.
a big brain! I guarantee you, they were all at a table, like all 5 of them that work at that studio, and they were like, "So how are we gonna fix this?" And then somebody came up with the idea I just came up with, and they were like, "Yeah," because that'd be easy. You just, if CJ is swimming,
Yeah,
frame rate 30.
Yeah, it would
If
be.
CJ not swimming, 60.
I can
Yeah,
see that being
I don't know.
like I'm more because I'm not going to get this like day one or anything. Like it's just not the sort of thing that I want to play through immediately. So I'm really curious to have all these deep dives, all these YouTube channels that go into these games, and Josh will probably be playing through it because he kind of has to. I'm really intrigued to see all these videos and thoughts come out when people get their hands on the game, what they've actually done to get over these issues, and what new things they might have broken in the meantime, and what the general consensus is on it.
That's what I'm thinking, though, is like, how many people will even notice these things? Like,
Yeah.
of course I will, but I don't know, like, how many people will notice that the car physics is kind of weird at 60 FPS because the, like, traction of the wheels is frame rate based.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the cars
If-
would wobble. It's
Yeah,
whenever
yeah.
when I was playing.
They do that, and yeah, but like if you play SA at like 1,000 FPS, I don't think you can reverse or you can't brake or something like that. Something about the driving brakes, but at 60, I don't know. But then what are they going to do for PC? Are they going to limit it to 60? Because I've seen a lot of people say, "Oh, I can't wait to play this 144 FPS," and I'm just like, I don't know, buddy. But they don't say. The only thing they say for PC, and this is really hilarious, this sums the whole thing up. They say NVIDIA DLSS support for PC, right? Which sounds fine. I question why you need it for a 20-year-old video game, but okay. I was talking about this on stream, and I asked, hey, any Unreal devs, how hard is it to add DLSS support to PC? It's an inbuilt feature in Unreal Engine.
Okay.
You add like 2 lines of code, and it's just on and just does it. That's it.
Yeah.
So and it's only on PC because of that reason, I guess. One thing I'm surprised about the lack of was ray tracing. Like, they couldn't do like ray traced lighting, ray traced like rendering or anything like that, because they need to remake all the materials to have like, physical properties and stuff. They have to do a load of work. But they could have done ray traced shadows. That's easy. That's probably like a few buttons in Unreal Engine.
I almost get the feeling that we're not necessarily the target audience for this game.
Yeah, that's what I said at the very beginning.
Right,
Yeah.
So I don't know, but I hope it isn't broken for the casuals, and I'm sad that the hardcore scene, the fan base, the ones that Rockstar themselves say thanks for playing our games, fan base, oh, we love you, in their newswire thing, while also shutting down all of the products that they're working on, projects. I don't know. I'll see. But I personally am really upset because I went into this 2 years ago. Do you remember when I first said about the GTA 3 on Switch Australian rating board thing?
Yeah.
From then, I was just like, it'd just be a crappy, low-effort remaster or whatever. And all the way leading up to this in the Kotaku article, it's like, oh yeah, crappy 3D remaster. But then some other little things came out. I can't remember all the details of stuff. And I started to believe, like, actually, has Rockstar Dundee? Are they just going to remake all of the old Rockstar games one after the other? That would be amazing. No, it turns out Rockstar Dundee is probably working on GTA 6, like every other person at Rockstar. And in order to get this done, to like fill the gap between Red Dead Redemption 2 and GTA 6, they just outsourced it to the people who made the mobile versions. Shouldn't have been surprised, shouldn't have been let down, but I was.
Yeah.
My bad.
I guess that's where the differences come from. Like, I never for once suspected it would be anything more than this, so my expectations were on the floor anyway. You can't ever let your expectations get high up with Rockstar. I've learned that over the last 8 years.
Yes, that is very true.
I just wanted to have 2 San Andreases to play instead of just one. the variety would have been nice, but never mind. Oh, and speedrunning wise, if the mobile version's anything to go by, it'll be even more broken for speedruns, not less. So, yeah.
Broken good or broken bad?
Both.
Nah, yes.
Like more speedrun tricks and stuff. But some people are asking me, like, oh, are you happy that, it's probably going to be all the duping glitches and stuff will probably all still work and stuff? And I'm like, no, I wanted new glitches, new speedrun things. We already have all those glitches. If we want to use those, we play the old version. I want something different. But yeah. Oh well.
So on that's going to be like a whole new subsection, right? Of
Yes.
speedrunning. You're going to you're going to have the definitive editions.
Yep, we've got the originals, the remasters, and the definitive editions now.
Are you going to be the first person to run it?
Oh yeah, yes.
Get your time up there.
Yeah. I'm gonna on the day it releases. I'm just gonna go straight in because I have this thing where every time a new any percent category has been added to San Andreas, I've always been the first person to do it and get world record before anyone else. Since like because I was the very first person to run it way back when. So I'm trying to keep that up. So I will try to be the first person to do a run and submit it just for.
Oh, that's good.
Let's go. Well, everybody mark your calendars. What is it, November 11th?
Yeah, November 11th.
The date that the expanded and enhanced was meant to be released. Twitch.tv/Joshua's.
This was clearly more of a priority to Rockstar.
Yeah, this was clearly more of a priority to Rockstar than expanded and enhanced.
Yeah.
We'll end the definitive edition chat on what Hammer pointed out, and I'll show that on the screen now. CJ's pants, CJ's big booty.
I just don't know what possessed them to share that screenshot. It's so bad.
Like
it's the best one they could find.
It just doesn't line up at all. Like the difference is humongous.
His character model's terrible. The skybox is terrible. The LODs on the island over there is terrible. Like everything about this screenshot is garbage.
There's 2 possibilities, right? Either the marketing company didn't care and just picked whatever, or this is the best they got.
Yeah.
I mean, guys, it has been a few years. CJ maybe has become incontinent since.
Tommy's put on a lot of weight.
Yeah.
Only Claude's doing all right.
I know it's just
that's because he keeps his mouth shut.
It's just the characters that get me more so than anything else. But yeah, like this is what I was saying on the stream earlier today, that like I've long had this plan to, whenever we're probably in another 10 years, but even that's an estimate that I don't believe. Whenever GTA 6 is sort of announced and on its way, I'm going to go through all of the GTA games from the original 2D era all the way through every single iteration. Some that I've never even played before, like the 2D stuff, like Chinatown Wars, never played that. And I'm going to play them all back to back, but over the course of a long period of time, up to the end of GTA 5, and then we'll go into GTA 6. And this raises the question: which do I play? Do I play the originals, or do I play the new definitive edition? And I guess I'll find out. I'll just make that decision.
Both.
Yeah.
Mobile.
Yeah, mobile version. The true definitive edition.
Well, I mean, San Andreas done really quick if you do the mobile version. 20 minutes.
Well, as it is right now.
Sorry. If you think about it, we didn't touch on this on our discussion, but they've obviously gutted the soundtrack. So, if they have gutted the soundtrack, then surely you'd be more DMCA proof if you go with the definitive edition.
Yeah, that's true. But I was also thinking, like, before all of this came out and the definitive stuff, I was just thinking, I'm just going to play it. I'm going to have the music on because it's such an important part, and come what may, if I don't make any money off it on YouTube, that's fine. I don't really care. I just want to play it and have the proper experience.
No
But
one will be able to watch it on YouTube. It gets
Well,
blocked worldwide.
Yeah, I know, that's the thing, isn't it? Like some songs do trigger that, so I don't know. I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. That was my thought. But yeah, I'll wait and see the general consensus for the definitive edition first. But I don't know. As it is right now, I would probably want to play the originals, I think.
Yeah.
You know, Rockstar, if they're watching this right now, feel free to put my music in there. You know, I will not claim anything. You don't have to go through any legal work. Don't even pay me. Just put it out there. Put my songs on the radio, please.
Straight fire, ladies.
What channel? What channel would it be on?
The Straight Fire channel. That one.
Only RDT's music. That's still a command in the chat. Straight fire.
It is, of course. I haven't released anything. I do. Oh, that's a little update. I've written 3 songs, but I haven't recorded them.
Oh yeah.
So stay tuned, everybody.
You getting back into it because you stopped for like work and stuff for a while, right?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't done anything since college. I kind of just lost inspiration and writer's block and stuff. But
when he went corporate, he lost his inspiration.
Once I sold my soul to corporate America, to capitalist America. But yeah.
Huh. Well,
Did they have to pay Leota more? Ray Liotta doesn't even remember that he did GTA Vice City. Okay, he does not. There's no way he even remembers.
He probably
that
gets
little video game project. Yeah. Like he doesn't remember.
He probably gets asked questions every now and then about it, and he'll be like, yeah, it was great," and just have a clue what they're going on about. That was amazing.
Is he the guy that played Tommy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he hated it. They specifically cut him out of San Andreas. He was supposed to be in San Andreas, but he refused. He doesn't want anything to do with it anymore. So
really?
He actively fights against being in it, yeah. In there's a reason you see Claude and Rosenberg is on the phone to Tommy, but you only hear Rosenberg's side of it.
Ah, okay.
You don't hear Tommy.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah. Sorry, ruined that as well. He hates it. Sorry, guys.
Well, that's the thing with Vice City. Like, it came at this. It was at that perfect time where they'd learned enough with GTA 3 to get all the improvements done with that. But also, it still wasn't. Gaming wasn't as huge and mainstream as it is now, where it would cost millions to get these same voice actors. And they had all these amazing songs, all these amazing voice actors, like proper actors as well, like, you know, movie stars playing these characters. I don't know. There's something special about Vice City.
They made Vice City in 8 months.
Burt Reynolds R.I.P. in GTA 3.
Oh, yeah.
As well.
It's just crazy.
Yeah, they made Vice City in 8 months. Or was it 9? It's some really short amount of time.
Yeah, it was released the year after GTA 3, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then San Andreas was 2 years after that.
Well, I could see why, right? Like, the GTA 3 was suddenly super popular. They're like, we got to capitalize on this. Go, right?
Yeah. Huh. But, yeah, it's crazy.
So Vice City was only made in 8 months, and then that a lot of people consider that their favorite. And then wasn't Fallout New Vegas rushed? And a lot of people think that's the best Fallout of the modern era.
It's because like Vice City is just GTA 3, but with a 80s skin. It's the same underlying engine and everything is the same.
Yeah,
it all works.
Probably the same with New Vegas, right?
Probably.
3. Yeah, New Vegas is made the same engine as Fallout 3. With, you know, boots and spurs and cowboys, robots, you know, but with wildly better like storyboarding and choices and a lot of stuff.
You know, because you see nowadays games get delayed constantly, like Cyberpunk. That was a big thing. Maybe if you get this time crunch, people just, instead of having these grand ideas, just focus on what the necessities are and really iron those out and get a good game going, instead of trying to, you know, take a shower and make your character poop and stuff. You know, just focus on the gameplay.
Horse testicles.
You know.
Yeah, there's a lot to be said about, and like some of the best games I've played over the last 5 years have pretty much exclusively been indie games, where it's just the game, like it's the experience and the story and the things that they need to focus on. They get it out there, and it's a much better experience. So, something to be said for that.
All right,
Wow.
move on. That was like an hour.
That was an
Yeah,
hour to
jeez.
talk about
Once we
GTA
start talking
Trilogy
about frame
Definitive.
rates.
Sorry.
Wasn't expecting it to be that long.
It's a big topic.
It is. So, I mean, there's sort of like one topic for each of us before we get on to the big Twitch leak topic. But I was just going to follow up with my stream week, and then I had a break. I can't remember. I put this on the document to talk about, but it was last month that I put it on there, and a month has gone, and I can't remember what it was that I wanted to say about it. It was it was a successful stream week. Made plenty of money for charity, which was nice. Thank you to everybody who supported.
How many subs did you get, Broughy? Was it the exact number I said you were going to get?
Yeah, you were right.
Yeah.
I did get over 2,005. I actually got to over 2,600 to unlock that emote slot. So there's 3 new emote slots now. I was not expecting that, but like you said, I think
how? We told you. We told you.
I don't know. I wasn't. The intriguing thing is that, like, obviously the local sub pricing and stuff, which made subs cheaper and all that kind of stuff. When you look at it, I didn't actually make for 2,500 subs that much more. In fact, I think it might have been almost the same than what I made last year from subs for like 2,000 or whatever it was that I got to then. It's interesting how how much of a difference it is actually making. So yeah, but we managed to raise some good money for charity nevertheless.
Cool.
Nos, speaking of streaming, you started streaming again. What's that all about?
Why are you shaking your head?
Yeah,
I'm shaking my head because it's not went well.
it hasn't gone well.
No, I haven't been streaming because my life has been turned upside down since then.
Oh no.
Yeah.
But you started streaming.
Yes, I streamed for a week, and I tried to be on a schedule, and then I got some just fantastic news from my mother, and it's just great. So life is great. I'm so happy.
Do you want to share with the group, or do you not want to share? Do you want to keep it to yourself?
Oh no, I'll share. I have until the end of the year to get out. My mother's giving me my money back, and I have to move.
What?
Wait, what?
Yep.
She doesn't like the condo?
No, she's still gonna get the condo. No, she hasn't left yet. She's still here. She was gonna the original plan was that I help her pay off the house, and then she stays here without bills for about a year or so, and saves up a down payment for the condo. And she has realized that she is not going to be happy unless she's living alone, and I have until the end of the year to get out.
Oh. Wow, okay.
Why don't you take the condo?
There is no condo.
Wait, so
No, the condo hasn't been gotten yet.
I'm so confused.
The idea was for them to live together still until they could afford his mother could afford a down payment on the condo.
Yeah.
So it hasn't.
And now the condo's not being purchased.
No, the condo's still going to be purchased.
So why are you getting kicked out? I don't
because
understand.
she can't. Because she can't live with me.
Oh.
Oh, that's rough. This is
okay.
I'm sorry to hear
this
that.
took a turn.
Yeah.
And I can understand why you stopped streaming then.
Yeah.
Because
I thought that yes, my life is stable and I'm happy and everything is going great. You know, I've wanted to I want to stream again. I want to get back on the schedule. That's a goal I want to pursue, and then just life destroyed. So I've worked. My last off day was the 7th of this month, because I've been working like crazy because I need money. And every day I've either been working or looking for a place to rent or both. Since then.
I'm sorry.
Yep, me too.
That's the shit about life, isn't it? Like everything's just going great, and you think everything's fine, and you got a plan, and it's all working out, and everything's going fantastic, and it's better than it's ever been, and then you get hit with a bus.
Yep. I just didn't think my mother would be driving it, so.
No, of course. That makes it doubly worse. Yeah. Oh, wow. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, it really sucks. I mean, the place that we're looking at is hopefully we get approved for it. Is it's really it's nice. It's nice. Here I can show it to you, but don't show the stream.
Okay,
Let's see,
let's not
because
dox anybody.
it'll insanely dox me.
This is
Like
where I'm
it-
going to live.
Yeah, exactly.
So are you planning on moving in together with your girlfriend?
Yeah, Mavis and I are gonna get a place together. I mean, I wouldn't have enough money to do it on my own, and the problem is that a lot of my money is not. Here, let's see if I can link you this place. It's a cute little house, and it's got a little shed out back that I've gotten permission from the owners that I can like gut it and turn it into a garage. So, so I'll have a nice little garage. You know, if I get this place, get shareable link copy to clipboard. Okay. But I'll show you guys this. But like I said, don't show the stream. I made this house in The Sims, so you can go look at it because I was bored one night. Anyway,
That looks a cute little house.
yeah, but the problem is that
Change that paint, bro. That is not. I don't like
No,
that
it's-
outside
it's-
paint.
man, that's the aesthetic. That's the aesthetic. Okay, but a lot of my income isn't like taxed, and it isn't on my pay stub. My mileage that I get and all of my cash tips are not. So proving that I make as much money as I do is difficult. I've got my mileage statements from work that I use, but I don't know if they'll use that to calculate my gross income. And there is one, and of course this is America, so there is one rental company that has a monopoly on pretty much
course.
every rental property in the entirety of my area. And so like basically like if they don't approve me for a lease, like I really don't know what I'm gonna do. And this is one of the cheaper properties that they have. So if I don't get approved for this lease, I really don't know what I'm going to do. You have to make 3 times the gross monthly income, or your gross monthly income has to be 3 times the rent. And you've got to have credit and stuff like that. You got to have like good credit, and you have to have good rental history. I have none of those. I have neither of those, so my grandmother's co-signing with me to hopefully alleviate that. Because I've never had to finance anything before. Because I've just paid money for things, forehead.
I know. I mean, I was like that. I did the same thing. I had to get co-signed and all that kind of stuff because I had no credit history. Because you pay for things, you don't think about it. Getting out the first time and getting onto some sort of, whether it's rental or property buying or anything, it's the biggest step. It's so difficult sometimes.
Yeah.
And especially for you, if you're in an area where there's only one company that,
Yeah.
does
Well, the part that's really frustrating, to me, is that like I have the money to do this. Like it's just pretty much Wonder Sniff, pretty much.
Damn.
Did your mother just randomly lose her mind? Okay.
Yeah, in a way, because Mavis got kicked out of her house, and she's been living with me for a while, and that's just been.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
She's
I mean,
jealous
yeah.
of the younger woman.
Kind of. But yeah, I mean, I think we've got a decent plan. We're gonna go. We need to get a joint bank account for bills to come out of, and we're gonna both get credit cards to use for fuel. Pay the balance off at the end of the month. I figured I'd maybe finance some furniture, too, to have something else on my credit. Yeah,
Having a credit card is good, man. Just don't
be careful.
Don't
Yeah,
overspend.
yeah. I plan to only use it for fuel myself, but
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I have credit cards that I pay off this, like you say, the balance, and I only use them because I get points. Like I've got an Amazon card that I only use on Amazon just because I get points for using it, and I just pay off the balance at the end of the month. And
It's also good because you can dispute claims. Like if someone takes your debit card and just spends your cash, you can't be like, well, give me my money back, because the bank is going to fight to not have to spend their
Yeah,
money.
it's their money at that point. Like, yeah. They have more of an incentive to try and get back their money.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think we can do it. It's just gonna be real frustrating, and it's not great.
Yeah, it's a shitty situation. I'm sorry.
It's terrible. Like I thought that all this work I'd been doing for years was finally coming to fruition, and now it's all being kind of taken. I mean, at least my mother's giving me my money back, although not ideally. She's gonna give me like $1,000 a month. She's given me 4. She gave me 4 in one lump sum a couple days ago, and then she's gonna give me 1,000 every month. So, yeah, because I paid 15 for my share of the house.
But you'll get it. It'll start looking up again, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's gonna. Yeah. It's just a temporary thing that you're gonna have to weather for a little bit, and you'll be back.
Taking a detour on the path to the final destination. You're young. You're handsome. You got a lot going for you. So
I appreciate that, and I know it'll be fine. It's just I just wanted to rest.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, you were so close to it.
Yeah,
I get it. Well, sorry, Nos.
Yeah.
I guess I never talked about it on the podcast because it happened between the last podcast and this one, but one of my close friends passed away, who I knew from school. I think everyone who's watching this probably already knows because I've mentioned it in various places, but it's one of those things where you don't, like, of all my people who I know in real life, he's one of the 2 people alongside Tony who I would have invited to my wedding, which is going to be happening, in January. And it's those things that just, you don't expect them, and they just come in and they knock you for 6. And this was sort of at a point where I was already like super stressed about setting up. I think it was just before the stream week, and I had other stuff to do before all that started, and it all completely drained me mentally and wore me out. And like you say, you need a rest, and that's what I took. Like I've had to take a pretty long break of doing less streams and doing no streams for about a week just to recover from it. You don't realize the toll it takes on you, these sorts of things. So yeah, look after yourself.
Sorry, bro. That's tough, man. Sorry for your loss.
That's all right. I went to his funeral and everything, so I felt a lot better after doing that. But yeah, it is tough.
Yeah, looking after yourself is tough because I know. I need money. I need money. Like I'm gonna have a whole house to furnish. I'm gonna have assuming we get approved for this place. I'm gonna have some work to do to that garage and yeah.
You'll get there.
Yeah, I'll get there. It'll just be a lot of hard work.
Yeah.
Man, it's I don't know, it's sad. My mother said that she was disappointed in me and feels like all of her work was for nothing.
Oh.
So
that's rough.
Oh, okay. Goodness. All right. It looks like your therapist is on double duty this month. Huh?
Yeah,
she is.
For me, I know this sounds harsh, but for me, that would be an instant cut all ties. We're done. We're done. Not talking to you anymore. We're done.
It kind of is, honestly. I haven't talked to her in a month, really, other than about money and me leaving and stuff like that.
Take it you're not very litigious, or don't even want to go down that path.
I can't. I have no proof that I just trusted my mother and gave her money to pay off the house. So, but she's gonna do the right thing. She's not evil. She's just, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Yeah. So.
Right. Well.
Hey RDT, you got a motorcycle, right?
Who wants to follow that up?
My
The
life's
ebb and
going
flow
great.
of the universe. Yeah, some people are up and some people are down.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
we can live vicariously through your great life. So let us bask in the greatness.
Yeah, I mean, you could show it off if you want. It's in Choke Chat.
Please do. It's sick. It's like a great
I
bike.
looked at this picture for like 10 minutes.
Well, myself, nice little starter bike, Harley Sportster 883. Just got it registered on Thursday, and any chance I get, just taking it out, getting some
Did you get a
miles
custom
in the
plate?
saddle.
Did you get a custom plate?
No, I shouldn't. I should have gotten something that said like bye bye or like, eat my dust or something like that. But no, I mean, I went for a ride this morning. It's so awesome. And I was talking to these guys in the pre-show. I've never driven like a manual car, so learning, and also the bike does not have a tachometer, so I just have to be one with the machine and learn about revs and rev matching and all engine braking and whatnot while I'm out
rev
there on the
matching
road.
and stuff is way more important on a motorcycle than it is in a car. Because if you don't do it correctly, you'll upset the balance of the motorcycle, right?
Yeah, you can, if you downshift too quickly, you can lock up the rear tire and go for a nice little skid. So,
Yeah, I've locked up my rear tires before, accidentally shifting into second. Just, it's great.
But yeah, it's a lot of fun, man. And I'm learning the limits of it. Like before, when I was hitting like little highways, I was getting up into like fourth gear to go 50 something when I could easily hit that in third. So just getting the nuances and getting some miles in the saddle. So I'm super pumped.
It's a really attractive bike. It's a really attractive looking bike.
It's so nice.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I bought it used it's a 2007, so it's fuel injected. It was the first year that the Sportsters were fuel injected, so I don't have to worry about any
They were
carburetors.
carbureted up until 2006?
Yes, sir.
Holy cow.
So don't have to worry about carbs. There was only 1,900 miles on it, so relatively new, still breaking it
Isn't
in
that?
pretty much.
I feel like everyone who drives motorcycles either puts 190,000 or like 9,000 on a bike.
It's amazing. If you search, like, there's so many bikes that are like 20 years old that they're like, oh, 2,000 original miles. I'm like, you weren't riding this at all? That's not a good sign. But yeah.
There's just something about like the single big headlight that I love on motorcycles. It's great.
A lot of the mods that the girl put on, I bought it from a girl because it's a girl's bike, but I like the T-bars. She put a new headlight. She put an integrated rear light on there, so it's sick.
What displacement is the engine?
883.
Okay.
I think it makes like 49 horsepower. It's not, it's a Harley, so.
So in between the two podcasts, you have like got your motorbike license, bought a bike, and then just been learning and driving it and having fun with it.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's pretty good 2 months.
Yeah, it went really quickly. I was like, it's crazy right now, the DMV situation in the States. You have to have an appointment, and there were like no appointments to get your endorsement on your license. So I was like constantly scouring, just waiting for someone to cancel, and I eventually got it. But yeah, pretty much 1 month exactly from when I took the class to getting a bike. Yeah.
And it was just was it just one class? Like you went and learned how to ride a bike and then you were done.
Yeah, pretty much. It was,
Oh my
2 days.
God.
It was
Wow.
2 days.
American system.
And I could just get the like strongest machine possible.
Land of the free, baby.
America.
He is endorsed to drive a Hayabusa. Okay, he could drive a Hayabusa and kill himself right now.
I could.
Wow.
I mean,
okay.
physically I probably couldn't, but I would be allowed to.
That's cool. I mean, bikes. I've always liked the idea of bikes, but I've just never seriously thought about riding or anything. Getting a bike. That's a cool bike.
Thanks, man.
I love how Nos looks at it from the car perspective, and I'm looking at it from the push bike perspective. The first thing I noticed was like, holy cow, those disc brakes are huge.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how big's that engine?
Yeah, I love
And
I love the saddlebag or whatever it is on the side, the panniers.
Oh yeah,
Panniers.
it's great. She put a new seat on it too. I like the sleek seat.
Oh
The other
yeah,
one,
yeah.
Yeah, she gave me all the other parts, like the old handlebars, the old seat, but I don't see any reason
Mm.
to put any of that stuff on there. And the cool thing about the Sportsters is that if I was so inclined, I could bore out the engine and make it a 1200. They sell conversion kits for it.
Oh.
But I might just ride this for a year or two and then sell it and get something bigger.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of the thing to do is like, if you want a faster bike, you should probably just get a faster bike instead of trying to make a slow. I don't know. That's how I am with the Miata. Is like the people who are dumping $5,000 into turbo in a Miata is kind of foolish to me. Like it's always, like just buy a Corvette forehead. Like.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that bike will be great because it's not like, I bet it's not dangerously fast in terms of acceleration.
Now, it probably goes like 0 to 60 in like 6 seconds.
And that's still fast. Like you got to realize that is like fast for a car.
Yeah, you'd feel that like in an open cockpit, well, not a cockpit at all, but open to the elements, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like ripping the bars.
When I'm going over the bridge, going like 55, I'm getting like crosswind. I'm like, yeah, this is life, baby.
Yeah, but I think the big danger with motorcycles, from what I've observed and read, is just like vroom.
Hang on. Can you say that again? Because Discord just decided to completely reset itself for me. So say that again.
I said that the danger that I've seen with motorcycles is just, I'm going 100 miles an hour now. Yeah, like that's
with like the flick of a wrist and you're gone.
Yeah, you go by, and then here comes the off ramp. Oh, now I'm on my side. Oh, now I've got road rash. Because I tried to go down the off ramp at 90.
Yeah, I mean, I got the full face helmet all times. That's actually, that flannel there is armored, so it's got like armor and Kevlar in it. So
dress for the fall, not for the ride, brother.
Exactly. Just for the slide.
So are those the kind of bikes that you think you're going to continue to get, or do you think you'll have like a sports bike at some point or something like that?
I mean,
do you prefer the sitting back kind of approach rather than the leaning forward kind of approach?
I do like the upright seating position. I don't like crouching over. But you never know. They say that the perfect number of bikes is N+1, and N represents the number of bikes you have currently. So.
Right, okay.
Who knows? I mean, right now, I want to ride this for 2 years and then maybe get what's called the Indian FTR, which is kind of more a sporty bike. But yeah, I also like the Triumph Bonneville bikes. Support the Brits, so
support the Brits.
Oh yeah,
we need it. To be fair, we need it.
Yeah.
Hold on, I don't want a gold wing. Hold on, I'm looking at Honda's website to try to figure out which style of bike I really like, and I can't. It's. Hold on, I'll find it in a moment.
Yeah, Ramo. I was looking at a couple of bikes. The KTM Duke 390 was another one that was on the block for me, which is kind of more sporty, but it's like a naked upright bike. But I just like the cruiser style, man, and the sound, just that gnarly little glug and I love it.
that Indian FTR is gorgeous.
I know, right?
I've never seen one of those before. Looks amazing.
I'll show it to everybody.
Really, almost any kind of classic Honda motorcycle is what I've always loved.
That Indian thing, yeah, what the hell?
Yeah, that thing's sick.
Oh, the exhaust! Oh my word!
Yeah, it looks like it. That looks like it's out of GTA. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is kind of strange. I don't feel this way about bikes. You guys are all so enthused, and I'm thinking, oh no, I should be more enthused about this.
I don't usually, but there's a few bikes that just make me go, "Oh, that's nice."
Yeah, I've always not exactly like that, but that kind of style of bike, like that really minimalist, like old Honda motorcycle, has always been what I've liked.
Oh yeah.
I bet that thing is so uncomfortable.
Yeah, it does
Yeah.
look like it. Yeah. Look how far
my,
away the seat is from the handlebars.
my uncle threw himself off one of those.
Oh yeah.
Never walked right after that.
Oh.
Oh, God.
Yeah, Brough is a company that makes bikes, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Brough Superior.
So what made
Is
you
it
get
really?
a motorbike? Because you've never talked about it before, have you?
I've always wanted one.
Okay.
And like from when I was a teenager before I was driving, and of course my mom, being the person that loves me the most in this world, was like, no, you can't get one.
Yeah.
You can't get one until you're 21. And then I turned 21 and I was like, don't really have money or time to do this. And then I was just suddenly like, you know what, I'm going to take the class, get my endorsement. You get to ride a bike for 2 days and spend, $300 for the class, whatever. If I don't like it, then I know. And then I loved it. So I was like, all right, I guess this is what I want to do my entire life. And I'm glad I did it now rather than back then, because now I have a decade of driving experience. I've seen what other drivers can do and how stupid people are. So
Yeah.
constantly, scanning, riding like you're invisible, only looking out for yourself because no one else is going to look out for you.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I had the road experience now. Now I just have to get everything down, clutch, throttle,
Yeah, so similar to how I feel with push bikes then. Because I always had a really bad perception of them from when I was a teenager. But I think I was just an idiot. Because I was a teenager. Yeah.
Well, speaking of, I mean, that's a nice little segue into your cycle update. How's cycling going?
Great.
Yeah.
I'm still riding the sports bike thing every other day.
Yeah.
So I've gone down from every day to now every other day. And
Well, it's
then
getting
whenever on
darker
weekends.
now, quicker as well.
I
to be fair.
love riding in the dark.
Oh yeah, okay.
It's so good. Like there's like, without doxing myself, there are like gravel paths and like grassy areas and stuff that I can get to on my bike. And because it's like a hybrid bike or whatever, I can go off road. I don't know if I showed you, but I put big new tires on. I've got Schwalbe Marathon tires, which are like semi slicks.
Right.
And it's just all terrain, like puncture proof tires. I just got like, I can only afford one tire. So I was like, I'll get the tire that does everything sort of okay and doesn't break, right? So, and they were highly recommended. But yeah, I can riding through like gravel, like down like not mountain bike paths, not going down hills or anything like that, but like, that sort of stuff in the dark with like my headlight, no one else around, the occasional rabbit or fox running past. Stuff like that in the silence and just listening to like a podcast or whatever. That's really cool. I really love doing that.
Yeah.
And having like the glow of the city in the distance and stuff. So some of that's just being out at night, I guess. But like the cycling, yeah, I'm still doing it loads.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And Emma, is she doing it too? Still on it?
We haven't tried it in a while, no. We've had lots of other things to be doing. But I still got her bike behind me, yeah. It's still here. So I've already showed you this then.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I don't do that again. Yeah, it's still. I still haven't found anywhere else to store it. It's still just behind me. And on my stream, everyone's like, "Oh, is that your bike, Josh?" And I'm like, "No, not my one."
That's cool.
Yeah, it's still good. I calculated. Someone asked me the other day how much money I think I've saved by having a bike instead of using public transport. I don't remember the number, but it's like £100 or £200 or something.
Right.
Something
it's
like
adding
that.
up.
Yeah, it's like, because I used to have to go back and forth from my parents' house all the time. So, yeah, I'm like saving loads of money now. Paid all one thing, bought the most expensive thing I've ever bought, and now I'm just using that. So it's, going great.
Eventually, you'll be effectively making money once you've saved enough to have paid the bike. You'll be maybe rolling with it. Yeah.
Do you know what the best experience I've had riding my bike is? I think I talked about this last time, right? The petrol shortages. And like
yeah.
when everyone was queuing up at the petrol stations, and I just cycle past. It's so good.
Ring your bell at them.
Yeah.
Like 30-minute long queue for the petrol station, and I'm just just go.
I
past.
found that crazy because we never really had that as much in the north. Like there were some queues every now and then, but it really seemed like it was very bad down south. Like there were just ridiculous queues of hours to get petrol, and there was no need for it.
Yeah,
the only
so
reason
weird.
that there was a shortage of petrol is because everybody bought it.
The fuel prices in the US are getting pretty ridiculous. So how much is fuel up there?
Expensive.
It's like $1.30 per liter, is it?
I don't even know what.
Yeah,
I need to
we
convert.
can't communicate
I
this.
was talking dirty T.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
we're-
sorry.
So my bike, I have to put like premium in it. So that's what I've been buying recently.
93.
Yes, sir. But regular, it's like up around maybe 330.
Really, it's not that much more. See, that's when you know there's a problem. When up north the fuel isn't that much more expensive than it is down south, because it's like 310 where I'm at right now, a gallon for 87.
Yeah, I haven't been paying much attention. I could probably Google it, but it might be under 3. But Jersey is usually really good with gas prices. Why is that? Well, I just typed in gas station because it'll show me the prices, and the first thing that popped up, I'm assuming because this is Bing, says gas station clerk murdered mask, and that's not what I want to look up at all.
Thanks, Bing.
If I've done my mathematics correctly,
like 2 year, it's $7 a gallon.
that's exactly what I was going to say. $7.50.
Oh my god!
Ouch.
Our entire country would collapse and implode if gasoline was $7 a
Yes,
gallon.
that's
There'd
why
be
you're
riots.
screwed, because eventually it will be.
Yeah.
No, it'll go back down again. Trust me.
Yeah, you guys have like subsidies for fuel. We have the opposite. We have like taxes on fuel, making it more expensive. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a
Holy
lot of tax
cow.
on fuel, isn't there? I don't know what it is, but it's huge.
Well, I mean, at least everything that you need is within like half a mile of your house. So,
Yeah, that's true.
But-
Yeah, we don't need to. It's not
Holy
as if we need to drive like cross country. Like, well, if cross country to us is like around a state, for you guys, it's like next door.
Yeah.
yeah, I drive 200 miles at least a day.
A
Right.
day?
Okay. Jesus.
Yeah, that's on a long shift, 200 miles a day.
Oh man, that's like half
Average
my tank
is-
in my Honda.
Yeah, average is more like maybe 125, 150 for a whole like 8-hour shift of driving.
That's like 300 kilometers for metric. Jeez. That's crazy.
See, I don't know kilometers when it comes to the UK is so stupid and so weird that like you learn metric in school, but then things are still in miles, and you learn how to weigh something in kilograms, but everybody says how heavy they are in stone and pounds, and
There was a news story going around that because we left the EU, we can go back to imperial units.
Oh
now.
yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, and I'm just like, no, it's the wrong way. Move away from it.
I because I learned metric in school, like, and I like as a child I had to ask my mum like how long is a mile, and she was just like, it's probably about from here to the post office, and that's how I measured miles. That's still in my brain today.
Yeah.
About from my mum's house to the post office is a mile. Got it. That's fine.
Oh boy.
Oh man, I've only just started to get used to kilograms now for weight rather than stone. I don't actually know how much I weigh in stone or pounds anymore.
I don't even know what a stone is.
A stone
Googled
is
it.
14 pounds, I think.
I'm approximately probably right now. I haven't been running a lot recently, but I'm 14.28 stone.
Okay.
So
See, I try to do everything in metric, thankfully, and all the bike stuff lets me do that because it's all metric already.
Yeah.
But obviously, if I had to obey speed limits in the UK, that'd be kind of difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like I know
but
I'm
luckily-
75 kilos now, but I don't know what that is in stone anymore. I used to,
Oh yeah,
but
me and Emma always fight over the scales. Yeah, she sets it to imperial, and then I set it to metric, and we just keep doing that all the time.
See, I think Xerxes eased me onto the metric more so than anything else. Like I already knew metric, but I didn't use it, and then she obviously
You will pry
used
my
it,
hard
so.
to understand and inefficient measurement system for my cold dead hands.
Yeah, I wasn't that clutched onto it, to be fair.
It's part of my identity as an American, the imperial system.
It's your freedom to do things worse.
Exactly. That is America. That is America.
So should we? Well, I guess the last major topic. I don't know how long we've got. Maybe half an hour or something to talk about the
Bro,
Twitch
we don't have to talk about this for long. It's so unworthy of talking about, in my opinion.
Okay.
I mean, the fact that the leak happened itself is worth talking about, but this just in, streamers make money. Hey everybody, streamers make money.
Some of them do. Some of them don't.
I'm Hassan Piker. I don't know if you guys knew that.
Socialism is when Hassan has no house.
I mean, for me, this had just happened. Like, for anyone who doesn't know, Twitch, basically the entire site got leaked, and all the incomes of the top 10,000 streamers for the last 2 years was leaked. But
no, it was everyone who has ever earned money. They only released a batch of 10,000 in the first leak, but everyone who has ever made money has had their.
Okay, I see.
I wonder where I am on that list. Hope not last.
But for me, this happened just as I'd started my first little break from I was taking 3 weeks of a break during October. I'm kind of just at the end of it now, and this happened just as I'd started that little break, and I had some serious anxiety over it when it all happened. So that was not the nicest few days of the first couple of days. So that then I was doing a little half-assed break where I was streaming for on a Sunday or something and a small stream on a Wednesday. And then after this happened, I thought, do you know what? I need to just leave this completely. So I didn't stream for a week and a half at all. But
that's good.
Yeah, thanks Twitch for that mental health checkup on myself that I had to do for that. Thanks a lot.
So you didn't get the second email that came out yesterday then, Broughy, did you?
There was this email yesterday, no?
Yeah, there was allegedly a handful of Twitch streamers that had their post/zip code leaked as well.
And were those streamers contacted specifically?
Those streamers were contacted specifically.
Oh, yeah. God. Thank you.
Ooh.
Happy about that.
I didn't know about that either. I'm glad I did not get that email.
No wonder they didn't mention that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah,
right.
it was out there, and it is out there, all the incomes of the top 10,000 stream. Well, so they didn't release any more after that, right? Everybody's was leaked, but the people who hacked the site or whatever only leaked to the top 10,000.
Yes.
No, they leaked everything.
Oh no, yeah, sorry, they leaked everything, but the first batch was 10,000.
Oh, right, okay.
It's more
the
than
one
just...
that the part of the leak that got circulated was the top 10,000.
Right, okay, yeah.
But you can, if you go digging really deep, you can find all of it.
Right, okay.
But it's not just payout information, it's everything. Every piece of code Twitch has, all of it, all the source code to all of
that's worth talking about.
All their unannounced projects, a bunch of game projects, the Steam competitor called Vapor that they were working on.
Yeah,
the great name.
Yeah, fantastic. I can't remember all of it now. I need to find the articles, but it's everything to do with Twitch was just
every little note that they'd made for any part of the code or something was all there, right? Yeah. All the dev notes and anything that they'd done. It was just crazy, the whole thing.
The way coding works is you use something called source control, where it's if you have one file, someone edits it, it remembers what was changed between those two files. And then as other people work on it, it lets everyone work on things together. But because this leak, we have history of all of the source code going all the way back to the beginning.
Yeah.
There's also just in the past couple of days, there's been reports of various Twitch streamers having their payment, their Twitch payout, has been diverted to a different account. That's come out just recently as well, and Twitch can't do anything at all about it. They've confirmed.
Oh my god.
That's a thing too.
Twitch just can't seem to get it put together lately. Like there's one thing after another.
Lately? You mean?
Well, for the last few years.
Yeah.
Did you see the do not ban list that they had?
Oh yeah, there was something I
did they
heard
have-
about.
Oh, there's a
didn't
do
see
not
that.
ban? Who
I
can't
didn't
we
see
ban?
that.
I don't remember who's on it, but there was a list. Yeah, there was a list of people that, like, you know, because the moderation team, you know, just uphold the rules to everyone like normal. But there was like,
Not to everyone.
Yeah.
Disrespect.
oh, it was a really old do not ban list. It was 2016.
Yeah, but it was like if there's any reason to ban this person, then send an email to this person and contact this person instead, or something like that, and escalate it further, rather than just applying the rules equally.
Interesting.
and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. It's
I wish we would have found out why Dr. Disrespect got banned. That's still.
I was just gonna ask.
God.
Yeah,
that-
you would have
that
thought that would be
process-
somewhere in there, right?
That process was probably implemented because of that situation, I would imagine, because he's suing them now. I think.
Yeah,
He's-
I think he is, isn't he?
he successfully sued them. I think for wrongful termination of the contract. I think, if I remember correctly.
I heard that he was going through proceedings, but I hadn't heard anything after that.
See, that just the fact that we don't know what it is just makes me feel like it's so bad. It's so bad.
the
There's
fact
no
that
telling.
he didn't immediately say it either. Like, he doesn't want to say it, so it must be something bad for him.
Isn't he kind of a scumbag?
Yeah.
I don't want to, we're all colleagues here on Twitch. Well, he's not. He's not. Anymore.
Yeah, he's not.
Yeah, he's not.
Incidentally,
about-
gentlemen, we're going to bring this conversation to a bit of a close this part, because speaking about other streamers' banners is against terms of service. So
Oh yeah, it is, isn't it? So we can't even talk about that now on
Right,
Twitch.
yeah.
All right. Well, thank you,
sorry,
producer
Broughy.
Eric.
And we are
Nobody's
definitely not
watching.
on the do not ban list, so that'll be my channel gone completely.
Yeah. All right, but so Broughy, did you do the self-indulging thing of control effing your name on the list of payouts?
I did.
Okay, what number were you?
So I was 1,900 and something, and then I wrote a big post on Discord because I had all these anxiety-fueled thoughts about feeling guilty about being that high up, and that I shouldn't be that high up, and all this kind of stuff. And was that
well,
okay? And there's a big long post on Discord, and then there was a big chat about it in a thread, and everybody just basically saying, "Shut up, you're an idiot." So I was fine.
Yeah.
Those are rookie
Yeah.
numbers. We got to pump up those numbers.
Yeah.
Those are rookie numbers. Okay, well.
Okay. Sorry, Josh.
And
Okay.
yeah, and then I think I saw your little like mini breakdown on Twitter about it, and then I was like, okay, maybe I shouldn't be. These aren't problems.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
I'm happily swapped, Broughy, are we?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm 6,328,
Yeah.
which is pretty bad for someone who's been on Twitch since like the start. So it's like all this time I wonder, like, man, why do all these other people get talked to and I don't? I've been here forever. I had like, not egotistical, but I thought I was like, it wasn't a big deal, but I would thought I was like a medium deal, right? Like I thought I was important, but no, it all makes sense now.
You're number
Right.
one in our hearts, though. That's what's important.
I went through a lot. Yeah, I posted that I had that I suddenly realized like how screwed my life is, and I posted that big paste bin thing about it,
Yeah.
about all of the things that are wrong. But after that, loads of people came out to help me with stuff. So that's getting better now, and I'm gonna hopefully make things better. But the best thing that came out of it was this merch. Oh, it's mirrored.
No,
Is
no,
it
it's all right on the
Oh,
stream.
okay, it's
Yep.
mirrored for me.
Yeah.
So I made a design live on stream. You can show your love of the fan. You could be a fan of the world's 6,328th best streamer. We got stickers. We got shirts.
When I saw that, I just thought that was
yes.
genius. It was perfect. Like playing into the whole number.
Yeah. I'm making lemonade out of lemons or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I sorted all the merch out and stuff, and I'm figuring all that out. And I've got some other merch happening and stuff like that. But yeah, loads of stuff's happening. I'm just making progress on loads of things. So yeah.
If anything, it's been like a kick up the ass, like to make you think, what? Okay, I need to change something, or I need to do something, and it's giving you the ability to now do that. You're putting that into effect. Yeah.
Just accept the help. Accept the help from the people that care about
My favorite part was when the leaks. What really triggered it was when the leaks happened. I kept getting like messages and chat comments and stuff from everyone. That's just like, Josh, how do you live on this much money? And I'm just like, I don't know. That's the problem.
You're like, who are you asking? Why are you saying
I mean, that's the thing. There was an initial list, first of all, that was completely wrong and was like saying that people were earning millions a month or something like that. And then because of that one, people thought that the actual list was how much these streamers were making every month, when really it was over a 2-year period. And then eventually that got out there. So I can, well, it's just, it's weird to sort of like, at least I find it, I don't know, maybe it's just a British thing, weird to talk about, income. And I was surprised to be in the top 2,000 of all streamers. Like, I was proud of that. And then immediately there was guilt. Like, am I allowed to be there? Like, is that
wow, I'm doing pretty well. I'm doing pretty well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if someone had asked you, where do you think you are in this list before it happened, I would have said top 1,000 of myself.
Right. I probably would have been like maybe top half, like top 5,000 or something. For myself.
Weird. I don't know. So we have different. I think I should be in your position, and you think you should be in my position.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's just, like I would know that both of y'all were like at the place that you are, because there's so much money that so many streamers make that we don't even know about. Like all the people in the top, even the top 100 of that list. Like, I don't know 90 of them. I don't know of 90 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you go through that list and it drops off real quick, the amount of money.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. It drops off really,
50.
really fast, yeah.
You get to like the top, I don't know, 100, I can't remember the list, but like people stop being millionaires pretty quickly.
Yeah, a lot of it goes to the very top. And then
that's America.
Yeah, that's everything.
Yeah.
Plus, it didn't even have tips either, right?
Oh yeah, that's not even counting donations.
Yeah, it's only Twitch income.
Yeah, everything.
That's what made me realize it was even worse, Broughy, because your YouTube is way more successful than mine.
Yeah.
So like we figure our position, you'd be bumped up way higher than that.
Yeah, I've still got the YouTube side of it as well. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that was one thing. I started making more YouTube stuff, even more trash YouTube stuff. You can watch my reaction to the reveal.
I did watch that actually.
I did watch it too. Yeah, I watched it too.
Well, the thing is, I couldn't monetize it because of the copyright from Rockstar.
Of course, classic.
Yeah.
You should have just made the screen black while you.
But yeah, so it's like, I don't know. It was a big deal from like every streamer was suddenly like, uh-oh, I'm worried about passwords and stream keys and income and all that stuff. And then I'd love to be a fly in the wall at Twitch. What are they like from a corporate perspective? Like, how much corporate espionage is going to happen now, right? How much of like eye emojis has YouTube done to all of this code, right?
Oh, I've got to say, I mean, I bet at Twitch it's like, do you know that one scene in SpongeBob where like there's all the little SpongeBobs in SpongeBob's mind running around, like burning files and stuff? Have you ever seen? I don't know. People in chat know. People in chat know. That's what it looks like at the Twitch offices whenever they're
We need to get rid of everything that's not fine dining and breathing, like that one, right?
Yeah.
So I wonder if we're going to see like a Twitch clone come out anytime soon.
Well, that's what really annoyed me about the leak, because the people that stole the data were like, yeah, we're doing this so that there's not a monopoly on streaming anymore. It's like, you're doing it to be a dick.
Don't hide behind nice reasons.
Don't try and take the moral high ground here, sunshine.
Yeah. Oh man, Twitch. It's weird. Like I don't want to, and I've never seriously considered it, but it's interesting how, as the years have gone on, especially in the last like 2 years or something, the frequency with which I think, should I start streaming on YouTube, gets increasingly more frequent. Like it'll be like 2 months from one time thinking about it to the next, and then it'll be like a month, and then it'll be like 2 weeks, and Twitch, man.
I won't allow it.
I know, that's the thing. YouTube is so bad that it stops me. But if YouTube was anywhere near competent to a competitor to Twitch, it would have been a much closer call.
Tell you what, they might be a bit more competent now with all the source code out there.
I know, right? They can take everything that Twitch does.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, this is how you're able to moderate streams. Oh, okay. We were doing it completely differently.
Oh yeah, I think YouTube are now finally trialing the ability to announce your remembering. Like if you know, like a resub, they've finally got that ability for members to announce that they've been a member for like 12 months or something like that.
Thanks for the remember.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh
Great.
man.
Thanks for remembering to remember.
Even their terminology is so scuffed.
I know. Just to be different, like I suppose they couldn't have called it subscriptions because that's what they have for subscribing to a channel on YouTube. But you'd think they could have something better than becoming a member to remember.
Man, you're all members to me. You're all big members.
Did you guys see the other investigation that happened on Twitch just recently? This didn't really make the headlines that much, but Zach Busey found out that Twitch really, really, really love esports, and as a result of that, if you're an esports team, they will just instantly, if the esports team asks them, they will instantly partner anybody on the team or a co-owner or owner of said team.
Oh wow, really?
So
what are we doing?
There were esports teams being set up, and you could pay $300 to this esports team to get added as an owner to their site, and then get partnered instantly. So
man, what a great value! I could have saved so much time and effort.
That kicked off a massive ban spree from Twitch after he posted it.
God.
And also it leaked over to Twitter as well, because Twitter were doing exactly the same thing, verifying people that were part of this esports team. So
is that why I've been seeing so many people get verified that have no business being verified on Twitter?
Probably something to do with it, yeah.
I tried to go for Twitter verification, but they didn't allow it. I wasn't important enough.
They've changed the verification stuff now, though. You might.
No, after they changed it, I mean, I tried.
Right, okay.
I didn't have enough of a following to do it one way, and then I tried to do it another way. By being the journalist route, by linking the articles that I've written for PC Gamer and stuff like that, and that they didn't accept that either.
Oh no! I just went on Twitter and I have 20+ notifications again. The Rockstar fanboys are angry at me.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Right. Is it time to open the phone bank? I'm gonna have to leave soon.
So will I. Let's wrap this up.
If anybody, you're gonna have to be quick. If you want to ask a question, we got no other topics to talk about.
Nobody wants to ask questions.
You're gonna have to be in like a minute, otherwise we're leaving.
Yeah, you gotta. Come on. Ask a question.
I'm going to an emo night tonight.
A what?
An emo night. It's this DJ called Emo Night Brooklyn. I don't know why he's called Emo Night Brooklyn. But he plays all the old 2000s, My Chemical Romance, Avril Lavigne.
Wow,
baby.
Okay.
It's gonna be a good time. That wasn't even my vibe back in the day, but it's gonna be so much fun.
Assume you're going ironically, yeah? You're not.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna wear all black and.
Nice. Okay.
Wow. Cool. And I'm not gonna do anything. I'm gonna.
Bro, if anything, the streamers are gonna have more revenue because of the leaks. The rich get richer, brother. Come on.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna. I think the vast majority of people would be unaffected by knowing, or are going to be unaffected
people
by
are
knowing.
going to be like, oh, who makes the most money on Twitch? Oh, who's this Hasanabi guy? Oh, I kind of like him. I'm going to sub to him.
Yeah, they'll be found more so than anything else.
What is Critical Role? Why are they the top? Oh, they do. Oh, wow, this is cool, sub.
I couldn't believe how much they'd made. Good for them, because I fucking.
Oh, I just remember something.
What? Yeah, I didn't even know what Critical Role was. Did you? So
I'd heard of it, but I had no idea they made so much money. Jeez,
they were the top, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Deservingly so, because they put on a great show. Like, it's like an actual show.
Right.
You know, it's not just, a very handsome socialist reacting to internet videos. Not to take away from Hassan's content, but I mean they're just two different kind of,
Yeah.
They're just two different kind of vibes.
Ooh, what is that?
What is that?
I have Fat Pikachu.
Why is he so chonky? What happened?
That's the original Pikachu design.
That's what Pikachu originally looked like?
Yeah. This is Fat Pikachu.
Isn't that pretty rare?
He's so rotund.
I know, right? That's what he looked like.
Why did he look like that?
That's what he looked like in Pokemon Red and the original Pokemon.
Listen, Nos, don't fat shame, all right?
Hey, that's rotund, dude. He's so rotund.
Pikachu.
That was all. I'm just showing that to everyone for no reason.
Thanks. I mean, it's
There's
good
just
to have.
labored breathing in between every Pika.
Oh man. There were streamers just outside the top 100 getting pity donations thrown at them as a joke. Oh, really?
I want pity donations.
Just outside the top 100.
Yeah, what the hell?
Holy cow.
Outside the top 5,000. Come on, where are the pity donations?
Some people really did play into it. Like, I noticed, like, people, like, on Twitter, these streamers going, yeah, streamer number 236 calling in, or something like that, or something like that. And it's just like...
their stream titles were all like 5,388.
Yeah.
Best streamer on Twitch. And...
Yeah. But someone like using it as a way to like try to get more money out of people, like even though they were in the top 500 or something and earning plenty, and it just made me feel a little bit better about like sort of never ever doing that.
Yeah.
Gotta take advantage of those parasocial relationships, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I donated money. He must like me. He knows me.
Oh, I forgot the best bit. Those fan of world streamer stickers. I put one on my fan.
Of course, I saw that on Twitter. Like, the best place for it.
You need this, buddy. Rainbow with how many bits is that? It's like 10 bits.
10 bits from Rainbow. You need this, buddy. Thanks, Rainbow. Appreciate it. Those 10 cents.
Every little helps.
Every little helps. It all adds up.
Yep.
Right. So we'll end it there because nobody's in the phone bank. So
yeah, nobody cares.
Woo!
No. It was fun. We had 2 months worth of stuff to talk about. We didn't focus on any like gaming news or racing corner or speedrun corner or anything, but we hit the main topics. So
yeah. GTA Definitive Edition, Brough Stream Week, My Life is being upended. RDT bought a motorcycle. Josh has a bicycle. And we didn't
talk about it, but my washing machine broke.
Oh, no, that's the worst news of the entire podcast.
Did it break in operation?
Awful.
Did it break in operation? There's water everywhere, or is it just not
Oh
start?
no! It just won't switch on.
Oh,
that's okay.
Just won't switch on. Got a guy around to have a look at it, and
you're gonna get it fixed?
Before I looked up the model. Because I went, look, if it's a common problem, I might be able to fix it. I'll have a look online and whatnot. And it's been here for at least as long as I have. And the first thing that came up when I Googled the model number was recall due to fire hazard. Well, that's interesting. So luckily it didn't set everything on fire, which is great.
That's the opposite of what washing machines are supposed to do.
It is.
Puts itself out.
when the guy came round to have a look at it, he took the back off it and like looked at it and like his face just dropped and he was just like, "Yeah, the circuit board is absolutely fried on this thing. It's going to have to be replaced." So I'm waiting on a new washing machine. It's coming on Tuesday. So yeah.
Well, yeah, that would be nice. You know, MC, everything you have your downs and then it comes back up again and you get your new washing machine.
I'll also need a washing machine and a dryer.
Yeah, that's true.
Because
mine's a combined washer and dryer, saves space.
oh, like a stackable one?
Where do you put yours?
It's just all one unit.
Same machine.
Mine's
Drains and then
under
dries.
mine's under
What?
the sink.
Under the sink.
How does that happen?
Yeah,
how does it drain and then dry? How does that work?
What?
It
You
just
don't
does
have
it.
those?
It's a magic box.
I pretty much just explained it. It's it's pretty straightforward concept.
what? It drains and then
So
it
it
dries.
drains and then it dries. It's wild.
I mean, they're all
it's not bad,
front-loaded
though.
ones, those, right? Like, you thinking of like top-loading washing machines? Like, I don't know about them, but we have
Not
front-loaded.
just like front-loaded? Front-loaded?
I knew front-loaded ones existed. Okay. How does it wash and dry? How does
It has water and heating elements. Have you never?
both? That seems dangerous.
I'm poor as fuck and I have one. Like, the hell?
Nos is going to be like amazed by
I've
this. He's going to go to
never
work
even
now and be thinking about it all day. How?
Well, now you know what to buy. See?
Those are probably so expensive over here.
I'm pretty sure they ain't. But...
They're about in the UK anyway. They're about 100 quid more than a regular just washer on its own. It's not hugely expensive to get the upgrade.
How have
Obviously,
I never seen one? How have I made it 24 years and not seen this?
You were taking the clothes out, putting them in another thing.
Yes.
Fuck that.
Oh my god.
Nas is like, they're gonna make a pizza oven that cooks and eats it too? What's next?
Oh my god.
Oh my god, they're
He's
not more than just a standalone one.
Yeah,
Like,
he's
it's not that much more expensive.
I want one of these, bro. Oh my god.
New house, there you go.
They do everything.
Yeah.
How is this possible? How is this even real? Oh my god, I'm gonna get one of these.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Nos is finally excited about something in life. Let's go. Dragging him out of
Dude, that would
depression
save
one
so
step
much
at a
space in the
time.
laundry room, bro. I have so much room.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, bro. I'm gonna get one of these. How is this possible?
Yeah, it's perfect if you've got fuck all space.
Yeah, I think our dryer is like our dryer is a condenser and it's just in the garage. Like, it's not a full-on dryer that goes to outside. So
Yeah.
we just have it in the garage. But yeah,
Does it
they're
have like
great
the
for no
hole
space.
that goes to outside or what?
Yeah,
Well, you need that
it'll
for the
have a-
washing machine part of it. You know.
Yeah.
Well, no, the dryer.
Well,
You
no,
gotta have the vent
dryer.
for the.
The dryer has like an attachable hose that leads.
Yeah.
lead to
Okay.
outside.
Okay.
Mine doesn't have that.
Okay.
It's just
Mine-
dumping exhaust. in
yours
your
will be- yours will be
breathing
very
in
efficient then, Josh.
Mine just has two pipes, one for water in and one for water out.
Well, it might be a condenser dryer. Like, that's what I have. Do you have like a little? You have a tray where you take the water out and like dump it out.
Bro, we are such adults here. We're talking about different
Maybe.
models of appliances.
But it's hot when it's done.
Well, you don't have to take it out immediately. Like,
No, but does the condenser one get hot still?
yeah. Like the
Okay.
clothes come out hot. Yeah. It's just the water goes into like this tray that you empty yourself rather than it all going out of tube and whatnot.
I'm gonna get one of these.
But why wouldn't it just
I'm
go?
getting one of these.
But why wouldn't the water go out the water out pipe?
Well, it might in a washer version.
Yeah,
Like,
okay.
mine is just a
What are we
dryer, so
talking
it's
about?
all.
What is that?
Now I'm worried
Josh,
that like, I've done something wrong.
The exhaust is to get rid of the steam that comes off when you tumble dry. Like there needs to be an exhaust to let off all the steam, otherwise it'll just not dry properly.
So then
But
he's
the
got a
steam-
washer, dryer, and space heater.
The steam is
All
just
in one.
water. Why doesn't the water just? I don't know. There's no steam that comes out of it ever. I
Now
don't know.
you're struggling to understand how these things work.
It's a magic
These are very
box.
simple.
I'm
They
telling
just
you, man,
water-
it's a magic box.
Water in,
It's a
water out,
magic box.
electricity. I don't think they
That
needed
is-
another pipe for air. What steam?
It's not
What the
rocket
hell?
surgery. Come on.
next podcast we'll have to get into open up the can of worms of where we contain our where we place our washing machine and dryer and like in the UK we generally have them in the kitchen,
Which doesn't make any sense.
which makes no sense whatsoever.
Yeah.
Zexy hates it. I would love to have like a utility room for it all, but yeah.
In Europe, they quite often put it in the bathroom.
Bathroom.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, in Sweden, it's the washing machine's in the bathroom.
Well, that makes sense.
And
When you clean-
we usually have an individual room for them over
That's
here.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
becoming more common now over here.
Yeah,
But the
it is.
bathroom
Okay,
makes
I got-
sense.
I
I
gotta
say
go.
that as someone who's looking
Okay.
for a house right now. So
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, it's got a utility room. Oh.
I know, right?
Mhm.
It cuts into your space, though. You have a smaller kitchen. Normally.
Ah,
Well, I gotta get out of here, gentlemen. I will see y'all
All right.
all later.
See you later.
Bye.
Russ.
See you later.
Bye.
well, I was looking at a 3-story townhouse, first floor, right? Well, ground floor, garage, small toilet, utility room, right? Second floor, living room and kitchen. Third floor, all the bedrooms and a bathroom.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was good, but unfortunately, it's been sold. So,
Well, rip.
Typical.
God damn it!
All right, well, I'm ready for next episode. We'll find out when I move my washing machine. I find out there's a big like mold patch on the wall where all the steam's been coming out.
Yeah.
that I didn't know it did.
Yeah. But then that's what I mean. It might be a condenser that doesn't need the steam pipe, and then the water goes out of the water pipe that the washing machine uses.
Yeah,
So it might
that makes sense.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I've got a vent built into the back of my house that connects to the back of my washer dryer.
Yeah, I don't have that.
Hmm.
Well, I
But,
didn't
like,
have
if
that
the,
in
if
the
the
original
dryer's
house.
running, there's steam coming out the back of my house.
Yeah, it's
Huh.
fairly common.
That's a normal dryer.
I have steam with my boiler that's in here when like vents outside, but not a washing machine.
Hey, we're getting old
Okay.
now. We've changed our topics from the first couple of episodes of the podcast, and now we're talking about household appliances and washer dryers. Getting excited about
Becoming
combi
old
units.
men.
Ain't no.
I
Someone
can't
tell him you
believe
can get a
Nos didn't
fridge.
know that a washer dryer exists.
I know.
Someone tell Nos you can have a fridge and a freezer.
Yeah, right.
A microwave oven? What? Oh my God.
All right. We'll end it there, I suppose. We'll be back in hopefully a month's time. Hopefully we won't leave it 2 months again. But yeah, thank you guys for coming back and watching. And we'll talk about more household appliances next month. All right. Thanks a lot, guys. Do you want to say goodbye, guys?
Bye, guys.
Next month
Bye,
we'll review a
guys.
toaster.
See you all later, guys. Bye bye.